Well, hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Chicago. Happy Pulaski Day 2024. Casimir Pulaski. It's a big deal in Chicago. I think the city is off today, but I don't know if much of the rest of the nation celebrates it. It's big in the Polish American community, but we got a beautiful 60 degrees. I mean, I know it's overcast, but there was sunshine this morning, and we'll just walk along the Riverwalk here. We'll see what's happening. Happy Monday. Hope you're easing into the weekend. Anna Marie, how you doing there? Thanks for tuning in here. Yeah, happy Pulaski Day. We're gonna head to the Riverwalk, and I'm not even wearing a jacket. I'm risking it because it's 60 degrees. Okay, there might be some rain and later this evening. We'll see if the temperature builds, and we'll see how it goes. Michelle, how you doing there? Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, welcome to Chicago. We're back here, and if you missed it, we did the polar plunge yesterday. That was fun, seeing everybody jump in Lake Michigan on such a beautiful weather day. Same with Saturday with the Iditarod. So everybody racing around the shopping cart. Sharon, how's it going there? Yeah, thanks for tuning in there. We got the camera straight here. Let's see if we get it. There we go. But yeah, we'll head to the Riverwalk. People having their Chipotle. And I don't know what the ambulance is over there. There's an ambulance in front of the 333 North Michigan building. But we got very mild day, 60 degrees already. We might get to 70, but I don't know if the sun doesn't come back out, it'll be hard for us to get to 70. It's an amazingly warm stretch of weather we've had this weekend. Be creative. Mary, thanks for tuning in. Elena, yeah, thanks everybody. Hello. All right, so the ambulance is pulling out here. It was sitting there when I started my live there, so I guess head to the hospital here. It's an Amazon truck here. We're up here at Michigan and Wacker Drive here. I figure we'll just take it easy today and head down the Riverwalk. I've been walking a lot. I've been walking every day. Hey, look at that yellow sports car there heading. What is that, a Ferrari? I can't tell. I don't know all my sports cars because, of course, I don't own a car myself there, but hey, look at the London House. Hey, here stood old Fort Dearborn there. That's what we always talk about there, the London House there. We'll cross, hey, carrying the dog. That's good. We'll head across Wacker Drive here. We'll check out the beautiful Wrigley and Tribune there. And again, happy Pulaski Day. We'll be saying it all day today. Again, I think a lot of city offices are closed. Chris, Denise, Michael, how you doing there? Krista, yeah, thanks everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Sandra, yeah, got the gray sky. Well, at least it's warm. At least it's warm, and so we'll pause here to catch this nice view, and we'll head straight down to the Riverwalk. That's where they're going. Mary, yeah. Oh, I gotta watch where I'm going here. Yeah, that's good. You say the window washers, they're right in Michigan Plaza. Yeah, we caught them on Saturday. They were, and then they're still cleaning today. When I got to work, I heard the rope slapping against the side of the building. They're the windows, and I was like, "Where are they at?" And I ran over to the lunchroom there, and there was the guy. He was just going by. He waved to me, which was nice. And like I said, a lot of those guys on my original TikTok, I was friends with several of them. Some of them had 100,000, probably 200,000 now followers, because you can imagine the views. They clean all these buildings, and they got views from some of the tallest towers in Chicago, and they go over the top with repelling with their ropes. Look, there's Lucia. City Walking Girl was filming Lucia earlier this week, or last week also. She does a lot of nice live streaming from the Riverwalk, as do I. And there's the DuSable Michigan Avenue Bridge there. Yeah, very lucky guy there. Demishi, how you doing there? Thanks for tuning in. And yeah, your youngest is doing the internship. That's great. Yeah, that's a lot of good businesses in that general area. And we'll head here. See, we came down these steps on the Riverwalk. You know where we're at because I've been doing the Riverwalk for over a year now. First on TikTok, now on YouTube. But look, this is what I want to see: people jogging, just enjoying this fine weather day we got here in Chicago. Yeah. So let's get the camera straight here a little bit. Make sure I don't. There we go. Little nuances. I just noticed it's just a little. There we go. I'm trying to get it straight as possible there as we walk down the Riverwalk here. So they got these marketplace signs, of course, that they'll open that later this year. And people jogging here, sitting on the nice timbers here. We got some restrooms. A few people wearing jackets. I risked it. I left my jacket at the office. I'm just wearing a regular button-down long-sleeve shirt. We got about 61 degrees. At least that's what my phone said. Here's the Jewelers Building. Jogging there. We'll see a lot of green shirts this March. In the lead up to St. Patrick's Day, they're going to dye this river green. So I'm getting a lot of questions. People are getting worried. They're like, "Are you going to cover the dyeing the river green?" Of course, yes. I'll do my best as long as I can produce a quality stream. When you get within the crowds there, it's always hard. That's what we discovered last year. And so we'll give it a try this year with the hotspot, see if I can maintain a continuous live stream. Here's a tour. Someone's giving a tour. See, people say I should do this, that I should be a guy there's giving a tour of the Riverwalk there. So I always can do that in the future if I need to. But this is a type of tour. I enjoy just the ability to on the fly virtually connect with everybody. And I know a lot of people want to meet up in person. Sometimes that freaks me out. I'm a pretty private guy, and but I do enjoy when people say hello when I'm walking down the street. I'm getting used to that. Who wants to be TikTok famous? Not me. I just want to be TikTok rich. That's the that's the game, yeah. And then TikTok will delete your account and take all the money. Here's the Marina Towers. That's why we're on YouTube here. Thanks everybody for tuning in on the Lunch Bunch. And yeah, pay what you can. Free tours by foot. Yeah, it's the nice walking pace here. Here's the Chicago Vietnam Memorial, and maybe they'll open up that fountain a little later here. Look at all the people jogging here, enjoying this weather. Look at that. Nice early March weather. And yeah, a cold front's going to move through later tonight. We might get some rain. That's why it's overcast already. We had 2 nice days of sunshine hit right on the weekend, which was great. Everybody really got out. And there's so many people out on the lakefront this weekend. But even though a cold front's moving through, we'll just get back to the 30s and 40s, which is about normal, more typical weather. And I still don't see, until next weekend, we might finally get back towards more of a normal low of 32, high of 40 for this time of the year. And again, I know the West Coast is getting all the snow. The Texas Panhandle's got the fires. There, we're going by the Marina Towers here. Happy Pulaski Day. And, yeah, look at this guy jogging without a shirt on. March 4th, 2024. The weather's fine. People sitting here on the benches here enjoying the Riverwalk here. What a nice day here. Yeah. Marina Towers. Yeah, look at these nice, you can sit on these benches here. You can sit on the steps here. The boats can tie right on here. We see this happen in the summertime. See, they went to all this trouble to create this enclosed area, but I still don't see people using it, and they're not open. It's Monday. Maybe they were open on this weekend. I wasn't down here. Well, I was, but I didn't go down the Riverwalk. Babies out in strollers. Isn't that nice? Yeah, see? Some people jog that way. Yeah, I'll be pushing the stroller. See, there's some restrooms right there. And public restrooms. There's the Westin. But yeah, there's the hot tub boat. You can rent that hot tub boat over there. They got other electric boats you can rent. There's the map of the Riverwalk that we're on right here. Oh, okay. Spring forward an hour next week. Yeah, I think it's the whole nation. Thanks for. I was wondering when they were going to spring. We spring forward with the time change, and they do it. They seem like they do it earlier and earlier this year because so many people move to the southern portions of the United States where they have to start mowing their grass this time of the year, and that's why daylight savings time. You know, it started with the farmers. It was supposed to be help the farmers, but then see, there's the traffic going across the bridge there. I don't even know if there's so few percentage of the population actually farms anymore. Like less than 1% of Americans are actually farmers anymore. And so then it became with like people's commute, and so they could get home and mow the grass and have more time in the evening in the summertime to do summer activities, you know, softball, whatever you got to do. But yeah, I guess we're going to spring forward. Yeah, Chicago does. The only states that used, and I grew up in Indiana. Indiana, along with Arizona, was one of the weird states that didn't do daylight savings time. It was always so confusing but now I think Indiana finally does. And most of Indiana is in the Eastern time zone, except for Northwest Indiana and the Evansville tip are in the Central time zone. But like Indianapolis is in the Eastern, but Chicago, we're in the Central. We're like one of the, along with like Nashville, one of the easternmost cities in the Central time zone. And it all goes back to the railroads, railroad time. That's what created the time zones of railroads, so they noticed the you know, railroad stations, they needed and that's why I argue now we need internet time, because we're all in the same time zone. Everybody's always asking, what time is it? What time is it? Like, doesn't everybody have a clock? But I know people can't figure out the time zones. And they'll think it's New York when it's Chicago. There's the Chicago Riverwalk. RPM Seafood. Yeah, extra sunlight, yeah. Yeah, and now there's, and I agree. If we're gonna do, we just keep it year round. There's a big push for that. Maybe within our lifetimes, we'll just switch to doing it year round, you know, because at a certain point it becomes stupid to just, you know, do it for a few months out of the year in the darkest, dreariest part, at least for us here in the north. Look at the Britannica building. You got the seat wall here. Sleep adjustment, yeah. End of March. So Germany, you do the end of March. So it's international. Isn't that amazing? Germany does daylight savings time. I see that, Demishi. We used to do it end of March, but they keep pushing it forward. Like I said, so many people in America, including people from Chicago, have moved to Texas, Florida, Arizona, the southern parts, the Sun Belt cities. And I always argue jokingly that Americans have lost their collective ability to deal with cold weather, because I'll walk in like 30-degree weather and people are like, how can you stand it? And I'm like, this is nothing. You know, I walked in -7, which is Fahrenheit, which is negative, 15 Celsius, you know, pretty cold, -20. And not that I would recommend it. You know, you got to really dress in layers. But, you know, I was watching that movie, The Revenant, where they're out sleeping in the cold wintertime. How did they do it? You know, we can't do it anymore. We would freak out. And, you know, let's talk about Casimir Pulaski. He saved George Washington's life in the Revolutionary War, and he died in the Revolutionary War. That's why Polish Americans. We celebrate and commemorate. He helped out a lot with the American Revolutionary War, just like Lafayette from France, and Ceausescu, who also went back to Poland and helped them with their own independence movement. Here comes a big barge, a large barge. Guys finally got some riverboat tours. I'm waiting for the water taxis to start. They'll probably start right at St. Patrick's Day weekend. They'll start the water taxis back up, and maybe we'll hop on one of those, take some tours. The L train's stuck there. The L train stopped there. It's the Wells Street Bridge here. Here goes. Let's watch this. Let's sit right here. We'll watch the sky view come right by. So here, welcome to Chicago. We're looking at Wolf Point. There's the merchandise mart. Yeah, the trees are trying. You see, we'll see these trees are starting to bud here. Look at that. March 4th, 2024. We got here. Here goes Lucia. Lucia's going one way, heading under the LaSalle Street Bridge. Here goes Skyview, shoreline sightseeing. Look at this. How's it going? It's great, yeah. Taking the tour there. One boat goes one way, one boat goes the other way. Yeah, I see that, Betty. You get the 3-digit heat weather down south. I know it's got, you know, hopefully this summer's not going to get as hot and long as it was last summer. I mean, it was so unbearable for Arizona and Texas and Florida and other areas of the South. Yeah, what? Phoenix had like weeks of 110 degree plus weather. It would, the lows, it would get down to 85. I mean, your air conditioner is just running 24/7, you know, even with the dry heat. And Houston gets the humid heat. I mean, you know, I've been to Houston. I got family down there, where you wake up in the morning, it's already 80 degrees and it's a 90% humidity. It's like a sauna outside, and that air conditioning has to dehumidify that air to cool it down. And it's just, that's why Texas, they get their peak loads sometimes in the summer, and it's amazing, you know, because of that air conditioning. The large haul is becoming an issue here. Yeah, I see that, Tamishi, or where you're at. And so, you know, we'll continue to show people the weather and how it's affecting us and how it's affecting Chicago. I see Demishi's doing that where you're at. You're showing how, you know, even though there is some snow, it's not as much as we used to get. Just like here, we haven't gotten much snow this whole winter. We've had a really mild winter. And I know that California is getting feet of snow in the Sierra Nevada mountains. And when they get, it all comes at once. We just have more extreme weather events. Just like we had tornadoes in the end of February, which was so strange. Wisconsin had tornadoes in wintertime. It's always a possibility now, even tonight, you know, when we're not warming up as much as we did last week, but it's still, look at all the garbage down here. So it collects here. It's just, you know, it's a problem of these nice floating planted areas they got along the Riverwalk right across the merchandise mart. Yeah, sleep on the floor. Sleep as low as possible. Yeah, the heat rises. If you got a loft or upper floors, it's always warmer. And that's why the early skyscrapers, they built those even before they really worked out air conditioning, but they quickly perfected those technologies because they had to, because it would have been so unbearable in the summertime to be on a high floor on a building as large as this that would just bottle up the heat. And here they're fishing along Chicago River here. Thanks for tuning in. We're at the Chicago Riverwalk here. We got 60 plus degrees. There's the projectors for the art on the mart. Look at this giant branch that washed up here. There's a giant branch that's on the Riverwalk. I don't know how it got up here. Maybe sometimes this does flood, but it hasn't flooded recently. I don't know how that giant branch, where it came from. It's always something new. Yeah, I missed it. Of course, I did not know it was going on. We filmed the polar plunge yesterday at North Avenue Beach, and that was great. And then I walked back through the Lincoln Park Zoo. If I would have walked down to the south end of North Avenue Beach, there was a jet ski. There was a jet ski. My friend of mine that lives in the Gold Coast, there was a jet ski in Lake Michigan yesterday that the engine had engine problems, so the guy riding the jet ski was stuck out in the lake, and the wind was so strong he kept trying to paddle in, and they had all the emergency responders and everybody there. And there, look at the trains going across there's trains behind us, and there's trains going across the Lake Street Bridge. So his engine failed, so the jet ski's bobbing out there in Lake Michigan yesterday. This is Sunday, and the emergency response came out, and he couldn't come into shore. He kept paddling, and the wind kept blowing him out. And people wonder if he would have just like let the wind blow him into shore, not struggle. But eventually they got him in, and they rescued the guy. So I could have filmed that, but I missed there's always something in the city going on in real time. But the wind picked up yesterday, so I just went home and enjoyed the rest of the fine weather, opened up the windows, and here we are at the confluence of the north and south branches of the Chicago River. And we just went under the Franklin Street Bridge there. Yeah, Michigan just had an EF2 tornado. That is nuts. Thanks for the information. This is so strange that Michigan, Wisconsin, and northern Illinois, the Chicago suburbs, are getting tornadoes end of February, beginning of March, and EF2, that's pretty strong. I think it goes up to EF5. And it's just anytime we warm up, there's always a chance for storms. And there's something floating right there. Somebody lost something. Looks like something from a boat or a surfboard that's laying there. A shark fin. Hey, welcome to Chicago there. Hey, Crystal Blue Funk, how you doing there? Thanks for tuning in to YouTube. And you were on this weekend. You saw some of the Iditarod. Wasn't that fun seeing people dressed up racing around the shopping carts? And then we saw like people jogging here on the lakefront path. This is great. And we saw the polar plunge. My favorite was the two women, the two young women that on their own, they weren't even part of the they felt compelled. It was so warm, and they saw the other people North Avenue Beach. They jumped in themselves, and that water's cold, 40 degrees. There's the Sears Tower, looking down Wacker Drive, and right there's where they nominated Abraham Lincoln way back in 1860, the wigwam, that's what they called it. It was they had the Republican convention there. Darren gave me some good information. There's a plaque over there. We often point that out. And yeah, thanks, Julie. Thanks. I'm glad you saw that too. Mary, thanks for tuning in there. Yeah, it was a fun weekend. And it's always funny, you know, things that I think will, you know, like the shopping cart race. I thought, oh, we'll get a bunch of likes. Yeah, I think people, they don't know what to make of it. And then, like, I filmed the window washers, and that gets more likes than the polar plunge. I don't, you know, and so I post it, and we'll see what sticks and what doesn't, what people are interested in. You know, it's always amazing. Some things, there's videos that I almost never posted. Like, I posted that food court in Chinatown. I didn't post it right away. I posted it a week later. I forgot about it. I said, oh yeah, I got to post it. People are like, wow, I didn't know that was down there. Thanks for posting it. I'm glad I posted it. And that was actually a more popular TikTok than the parade itself. The food court. Isn't that amazing? You know, and I thought the actual Chinese New Year parade would have gotten more likes than the food court, but the food court takes off. You never know what's going to take off. Here's Wolf Point, the confluence of the north and south branch of Chicago River. We go here all the time. We'll go over here and we'll get the nice view. There's the, if we zoom in, there's the, yeah, you know what I'm talking about, Demichi. You're like, you know, sometimes I'm like, oh, I know this is going to take off, and then it doesn't. And I'm like, why? And then things I almost don't post, I post it and then it'll take off, and I'm like, I didn't expect people to be interested in this, you know. But it shows you what my interests are, maybe not be their interest, and it's all the algorithm. There's the metro. See the metro is crossing underneath. This is the Lake Street Bridge here, the L, and we'll go over here, the confluence. There's that bridge in the upright position. See how they have a Riverwalk over here. It smells great over here. It smells like someone's grilling out. It smells like someone's grilling out on the 4th of July here. I don't know where it's at here. You got some equipment trucks here. Yeah, let's head up this way. Yeah, Mary, 62. This is great. 64. People are tuning in. They want to see this nice. They want to check out the weather. Welcome to Chicago. Yes, we got 64 viewers and we almost got 64 degrees. We're like 62 degrees, even though it's overcast. We got a beautiful start. March has come in like a lamb. Beautiful weather here in Chicago, and we might get some storms tonight, so we'll see. Maybe it'll be like a lion tonight. I don't want any tornadoes, but it's always a possibility. Hey, how's it going here? Here's the Calatrava statue. I felt a raindrop just right now. So, hey, you can sit up here. It's almost like you're on a high bluff here. See how high we are above the river here, and you can look back and see all the way to the Trump Tower. And there's the curving 333. Now they call it Nuveen Investments. Nuveen Investments. That's an iconic building there on the curve of the river. How it reflects the buildings across the way, the Wolf Point there. And see how they got the esplanade going around there. For years they've been working on that side. You see how they're still, for some reason, they've been working on the side of that building. You can't walk all the way around there, but we'll go up to this housing. There's this railroad bridge in the upright position, the East Bank Club. Yeah, hopefully everybody has a good week there. Oh, those, Lisa, those window washers, that's why, thanks for checking that out. You know, I caught them on Saturday, they from below, and then today I got to the office, and there he was outside the window. And so I had to film it because it's always freaky, you know, like sometimes I would be working at my desk and you hear something outside and you look outside and there's a person on the outside of the window hanging on a rope and you're like, whoa, but they're just cleaning the windows and they know what they're doing. I mean, they do a good job. They're like mountain climbers with the ropes they're rappelling down a cliff. These are human-made cliffs here, the cliff dwellers of the skyscrapers of Chicago. There was actually a club called the Cliff Dwellers Club there along Michigan Avenue there. Here comes another tour boat here, so we'll head over to the bridge. We might get to, let's get closer to the bridge here so we can see this architectural tour boat go under the Lake Street Bridge here. Hey, thanks for tuning in on a beautifully warm, happy Pulaski day. Casimir Pulaski. He was a, look, they got the Irish flag flying on the front there, the Evening Star there. And yeah, Pulaski was a important figure in the Revolutionary War, the Polish-American community. Very proud of him, along with Kochescu. I know I don't say his name right. There were several, and Lafayette from France. Many countries provided assistance when we fought against the British in the American Revolutionary War. There's the Evening Star heading under the Lake Street Bridge here. That looks nice there. Here, we'll stop right here. And hey, we're doing good. Ellis Gender, how you doing there? Thanks for tuning in. 50 feet at the apex. Oh, you used to climb up that wall 50 feet? That is amazing at the aviary. That's great. Yeah, so Lisa, you know about climbing. But it's different when you're hanging off a building like this. I mean, these are several hundred feet tall. So here comes the, let me back up here so we can catch the L train here. There it is. Pink line's heading across. It's on the other side there. running in shorts. Happy March here. This is great. Yeah. So here we'll cross here. That one's coming. There's the Lake Street. What time we got here? 12:31. Okay. Well, we'll head under. Look at this overhang. We show this all the time. This is this building's cantilevered. There's railroad air rights that it's above here, and look how they got it terraced here, so you can hear the trains. And then they got a little riverfront area, and then they got a Riverwalk area, and then they got this building overhanging here. There goes the geese flying around here, so let's check it out. There's another metro train pulling into Ogilvie, just one after the other. The trains never end. Yeah, nice views. Yeah, we'll get on a boat, don't worry. We'll get on a boat, all in good time. I think the shoreline, you can catch them at Navy Pier, and there's one at Michigan Avenue. If there's one that runs at noontime. Unfortunately, the water taxis only run in the morning and evening rush hour, so if I have to resort to that, but we'll figure out a way to, yeah, get on a water taxi or one of these. I don't actually want to take a cruise because I'm a cheapskate, and those are great tours, but those are $50 at least to ride those. Water taxis you can ride them for like $10 or less, $5. Hop on, hop off. There's the small cheval. Hey, people are using this little, we got some wind here. We're down here by the Randolph Street Bridge here. We got people sitting in this nice little roundabout here. So we'll head right around here. Yeah, $50. It's really expensive to take the architectural cruises. So that's why I prefer to take the water taxis, which are like $5 to $10. They're much cheaper. And yeah, they give you an hour-long cruise there for $50. And you know, it's the tourist trap prices. There's the Green Line heading across Lake Street there. We'll go across the river here. Look how the reflection in the windows there. It's nice. It's nice to see people sitting outside here enjoying this weather. Yeah, here's the Bank of America building here. Yeah, let's walk over there. There's a nice restaurant. Here's the South Branch. See, we just walked there. You really could see how narrow the footprint and how this building flares out. It's perfectly balanced. I call it the tuning fork building. And here's the these are drawbridges. There we go. Look at that. We got the pink line heading across right in front of Wolf Point there. Look at that. South Branch, Chicago River. Ah, it's expensive, yeah. Yeah, when we get 1 million subscribers, imagine the possibilities. We'll be able to do all kinds of things. No, I'm very humbled and appreciative. I mean, I had look how the pink line stopped on the train there. So it stopped there. It starts to go again there. I didn't realize it stopped. Someone that is associated with the Malort distillery in Chicago. It was in Chicago, then it moved away. Malort is a type of bitter liquor, kind of like absinthe, that's produced historically in Chicago. I think a Swedish American started in Chicago, and then it went to different places, and then somebody in Chicago bought it back recently after 2018. And he goes, I'll give you a tour of the Malort distillery. Well, of course, that promotes his brand, but you know, it's opportunities like that, just like the Green Mill, the social media advisor there for Anthony for the Green Door reached out and he says, hey, you want to do a TikTok of the Drifter at the Green Mill? I said, yeah, it's a win-win. I'll promote your nice establishment. We could talk about the history of speakeasies in Chicago. See, we'll go right by the Bank of America Tower here. And Bar Mar, This is this celebrity chef restaurant here. We'll point it out here as we go underneath, and then we'll walk through the loop here. Yeah, look, this restaurant's sitting full. It's sitting full on a Pulaski day here, Monday. There's Riverside Plaza. This is where Boeing still has a presence here, but their headquarters moved to Washington, D.C. And look how we're underneath. Here's, it's called the Bizarre Meat, Jose Andres Restaurant. Here's Jose Andres Restaurant, the Bizarre Meat. And look at how this is cantilevered over the right down to the Chicago River. All these buildings show off their structural engineering, and that's why the architectural tours go by these buildings, and the structural engineers knew this so they could show unique designs here. See all the uplighting. Look how you can look right through the elevator bank there. You can look right through to Wacker. Look at that. It's interesting. Yeah, you can see it here. They got another gap right here. The elevator banks right to Wacker Drive here underneath the how's it going? Underneath the Bank of America here. Oh yeah, that's why I want to do the water taxi. I'll be able to do my own narration. There might be disclaimers on the tickets of the architectural crews. They might not like live streamers live streaming, because then people won't take the architectural tour, but I'll be able to do my own narration, yeah, if I do the water taxi. So that's the plan. Here's the Civic Opera House here. So we'll head yeah, let's get across the street. Let's get across Wacker here. So we'll head right back into the loop, and we'll just head back towards Michigan. I gotta make it. I got 10 seconds to get across this wide Wacker. There's the Sears Tower, looking south on Wacker Drive. How's it going there? He's yelling at me. Yeehaw! like the Western wear place we saw there on Chicago Avenue there, Alcala's. There's the L heading north there on Wells Street. Yeah, we'll have to fact check the tour guide. Yeah, I know, it's people always fact check me. In real time, like if I say something wrong, especially if we got like hundreds of people tuning in on TikTok, there's always somebody on to say either dispute what I'm saying or fact check me. So I got to be really careful with my facts here. Here's which is good. But I've had people argue with me too, and I haven't agreed with them. I'm like, I don't agree with your facts. You don't agree with my facts. We're using different facts. Look at this big open lot here. See, we saw this before, all those. So what I'll do is I'll head back up to Randolph here, because we walked down this street last week, and so I don't want to repeat my steps as much as I already do. We always do the Riverwalk. I know it's laughable. I always repeat my steps here, but here we'll head up. We'll head back up to Randolph here, and we'll just head straight through the theater district. Let's see if maybe I can cross the street here. Yeah, let's cross the street here before this traffic does. There's a really nice view to the Sears Tower right there. And we'll see it up here once we get under the scaffolding here. But I wonder if they're ever gonna. These lots have been empty for a long time, and I always wondered if something else is ever gonna go in there. The problem is they're hemmed in by other buildings, so they don't have any river views or anything, and they're like leftover lots. Look how you can go. They got a lower level loading dock here, multi-level layered city here. We always talk about. Yeah, I stream every day. Yeah, that can be true or false. Yeah, I'm a city planner there. Thanks for tuning in there. What, somebody asking what I do here? Yeah. No, I do not stream for a living. No, I have a day job. There's no way. You know, you got to be up there with like all day New York City or Tehran, you got to have like literally 700,000 followers and sell merchandise and have like partners with advertising. I only have 40,000 on TikTok, which is interesting because I had 38,000 and then TikTok deleted my original count, which really set me back, and it can happen again. We know people that got they're over 100,000, and even Kenny with the rats, he had to, every once in a while he gets a suspension for some stupid reason. And so you can't rely on, even if I did like able to make enough to pay my rent, which I don't, you can't rely on TikTok or any of your social media partners, YouTube, Instagram, because they can delete your account at any reason, take away your access to your followers for somehow tripping the algorithm or breaking the terms and conditions. And you can't rely on it as a single source of income. It supplements your income. All these people that think they're TikTok famous or want to be TikTok famous just so they can be an influencer, you're really partnering with brands. That's where the real money is. You partner with a brand, but then you're just like you might as well be Flo from Progressive Insurance, or you might as well be, Lily from AT&T. You're beholden to the brand. You can never say anything bad about the brand because they own you. And what's the point? So I don't want to be in that position. The pink line. There you see tells the trains, the station's down that way. We'll go under the Palace Theater here. Look at this. See, look at this beautiful skyscraper here. We're right at Randolph and Wells Street, and we're right by the Palace. Well, this is the Hotel Allegro, which is in the same building as the Palace Cadillac Theater here on Randolph Street in Chicago. But look at that beautiful bottom there. You can see that, from the street here. And yeah, this theater's been here for a while, the Cadillac Palace Theater. You see the nice marquee here. It's on Randolph Street. Let's see what they're showing here. Death Becomes Her, April 30th through June 2nd, Broadway in Chicago. Message in a bottle. Message in a bottle. Isn't that amazing? They're doing like Sting. They're doing like Broadway in Chicago box office here. Message in the bottle. Based on the songs of Sting. And there we go. February 28th to March 3rd. It's almost, it's over. It already, My Fair Lady. They're going to do My Fair Lady here March 12th through the 17th here at the Cadillac Palace. There's the purple line. There's the purple line heading through. Scenes of the city there, yeah. Yeah, thanks for helping out with the good info there. Yeah, I try to do architecture. Jay, City Walking Girl, does the same thing. We talk about history and architecture and different neighborhoods and how they change over time, and the cultural diversity we have here, the patchwork of neighborhoods and ethnicities that make up this great city. And a lot of American cities are melting pots of different, that's the part of America here. And here's LaSalle Street. We'll cross LaSalle Street. We'll look straight down there to the Board of Trade there, this classic. And there's Hellman Jan designed the Thompson Center. Google bought that and they're going to refurbish it. Hopefully. I see no sign of it yet. There's the LaSalle Street looking south, the financial heart of Chicago. This is our version of, at least historically, this was our Wall Street. It was the commodity exchange. The futures market developed here. And it's still remnants of a lot of banks along this street. And even up that way, we'll head down Randolph. This is the City Hall. See, we went inside the City Hall. I took the pedway, and I showed you scenes of the City Hall. Pretty Woman, the musical, March 12th through 17th. That's at the CBIC Theater, which is down on, Monroe? Yeah. Or Madison or Monroe, one of those streets there. But here's City Hall, Chicago. So City Hall's on one side. The City Hall's on the western side. And here's the entrance. And then the Cook County building is on the other side. And see how it says county building? So the county building's on the east side, and the city hall is on the west side, but it takes up a whole block, city hall building. Look how you can see the tops of the Marina Towers right through that gap there. That's the R.R. Donnelly building. It looks like a Greek revival, postmodern cartoon building. This building here too on Clark and Randolph, and there's that sculpture Jay talks about. It gives us the history. Here's the Nederlander Theater. Yeah, Mamma Mia, you got it. Yeah, you know, like, I guess Cats, Mamma Mia, people, you know, Hamilton's like that. People keep coming. People will see Hamilton 10 times, you know, and that's what they like, that return, you know, just like Cats would run for a long time. Mamma Mia, all these, yeah, exactly what you're talking about. The off-Broadway stuff. Look at the First Methodist Church here. And see, they built that. It's a skyscraper church where the 20 floors there, they lease them out. There's a chapel at the top. Demichi, that rivals the cathedral in Cologne there, and as far as height. And of course, there's a beautiful chapel at the bottom there. We want inside there. We're at Clark and Randolph here, just heading past the Daily Center. Doesn't look like anything's going on at Daily Plaza, so we'll see if they start setting up some stuff for St. Patrick's Day. But yeah, daylight savings time next weekend. Thanks for reminding me. So I might get to catch some sunrises, because the days are getting longer, and it was getting too early for me to get up and get the sunrise to head into work. But then we'll be right back in. We'll see the sunrise heading to work. So we get a sunny day, I'll walk along the lakefront after the time changes. We'll try to catch a sunrise a few times. And yeah, happy Pulaski Day. Welcome to Chicago. We're just heading down Randolph Street. What time we got? 12:47. Hey, we're doing good. Jukebox show. Thanks, Lisa, for the good information. And yeah, we try to. I'm still learning stuff. There's still stuff I don't know about Chicago. I moved here 25 years ago. I'm not a native Chicagoan. I don't ever claim to be, but I've lived here over half my life. I like living in the city. I'm a fool for the city. Especially this city. Here's the Magic Parlor, Dennis Watkins Magic Parlor here. You can check it out there. There he is, right next to Peter Reno's Prime Steaks here. You can sit outside, right next to the Goodman Theater. Look at this historic building. This used to be the McDonald's right there, two-story McDonald's. But there's the Goodman Theater. Let me get out on this. There's a bike lane here. There you can see the Goodman Theater. You can see the House of Blues. This is looking north on Dearborn Street. And look at these classic Italianate facades here. And that's looking south. You can look all the way to Dearborn Station there. See that? That's there. Sorry, I hit the mute there. Thanks for I caught it that time. I zoomed in, I hit the mute. That's usually when I caught it. I looked. I got to, every time I zoom in and out, I got to make sure I'm not hitting the mute there. That's it. So this is what Jay saw. Jay saw Mrs. Doubtfire. She went to the Nederlander, and she's got City Walking Girl. If you check her out, she's got beautiful TikToks of the inside, the interior of the Nederlander Theater, which is fabulous. It's very ornate. They just went over the top with the ornamentation. Theater Zazani's right here. Cambria Hotels. See more off-Broadway stuff here. Yeah, see Mamma Mia, Peter Pan, Girl from the North. That's probably good. Mrs. Doubtfire. That's me. The Kite Runner. I don't know what that becomes her. Here's Garrett's Popcorn. But here's the Nederlander Theater. So you know where we're at now. We always go by this stuff. It smells great in front of the Garrett's there. Hysterical. 2 weeks only. Till next weekend, March 10th. So they're changing the shows pretty quickly here. Here's the Blick. Yeah, this used to be a beer garden after the Century of Progress World's Fair. Now it's a Blick. Look at the nice art materials here. What a nice art store right in the heart of the loop here. You go to the Blick. And then, of course, here's Block 37 across the way. We go through that all the time. We'll cross State Street here. Well, we'll head up past the Chicago Theater. We'll see if they change the marquee. Yeah, Garrett's is good. Yeah, the blue line. Hey, how's it going there? It's great. Hey, the National Guard. That's awesome. So here's the, all right, maybe that was the Army. There's the L going by there. See if we can zoom in and catch the end of it there. That's crossing Randolph Street. And then, yeah, here's the Marshall Fields Macy's. And there's the Muddy Waters sculpture there on State Street. Look how nice that looks. So we'll head up right past the Chicago Theater here. Yeah, there's the Joffrey Ballets right there. Gene Siskel Film Center. You all know this stuff by heart now. I go by this so often. But Ilana Glazier is going to be at the Chicago Theater March 13th. Westlife March 18th. Country Wayne March 22nd. Juanes March 7th. Shane Gillis March 8th to 10th. Juanes March 7th coming up soon here at Chicago Theater. I guess did they already do the prices right? They were going to do the prices right there. But Drew Carey wasn't going to be there. We were talking about that. But here's the how's it going? Here's the nice mural alley here. We'll go by the Channel 7 here. Look at the Jewelers Building, Chicago Theater. And then, yeah, of course, the Torture Museum. You go to the Medieval Torture Museum right next to the Chicago Theater. Channel 7. ESPN Chicago, they're streaming, they're doing good. That's great. Yeah. And connecting the loop, there you go. Loop Chicago. Oh, you gotta love that Chicago sign, yeah. Mom Pop Bakery in Roscoe Village bread. Oh, see, yeah, I know. It shows you, yeah, the post-pandemic, we've all, you know, I've had the same thing, you know. After the pandemic, I would go to a place and it would be closed because it didn't make it past the pandemic. So it's hard, you know. It's just the world has changed. But here, we'll get over here. The L's pulling into the. There comes the L pulling into the State and Lake Station here. Ferry pulls in there. How's it going? Here, we'll cross the street here. State and Lake. We'll get a nice view to the median here. They got a sculpture. You can sit out here. They put, in the summertime, they'll put tables out there. You got nice views to the Marina Tower. Here's the Witt Hotel. They got a nice rooftop up there. Rooftop bar and club. And there's the Marina Towers. See, we saw them earlier when we were on the Riverwalk. There, we're underneath the L train here. We might see it around the bend here. See all the train lines you can catch here. Quite the you can transfer, and this is the direct current power station for the L. It's direct current here. It says there's tacos. Yeah, nice food truck here, and sounds like the L train's pulling out of the station here. So let's see if we can get it going by the Chicago Theater here. Yeah, here comes the orange line pulling around. Scenes of the city here. We're on Lake Street, and it's so it'll allow us to. It's actually just pulled into the station, so that the platforms are longer now. So let's get to this curve here. Maybe we can see it round in the bend here. So let me cross the street here. We'll cross Lake Street here. Yeah, look at that. Let's see it round in the bend here. Orange line round in the bend here on the L. Lake and Wabash. This nail salon's always sitting full. Look at these scenes of the city here. I love that view, how you can follow the train and look straight down Wabash. Look at that great view. Bend of the Elder. There's an orange line heading to Midway. Welcome to Chicago. Yeah, on Friday we did a whole circumnavigation of the entire loop. Wasn't that fun? We stayed under the L tracks the entire way. If you missed it, you could check out the rerun there on YouTube, and here we're heading under Lake Street. Again, fabulous weather day. Looking up Wabash here, and we'll cross right at Lake and Wabash. And here's the Trump Tower. Here's the Virgin Hotels. And here's looking down Wabash. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna rain. It feels very humid. And we'll see. We'll get another train here heading around the bend. Here's Elephant Castle. That is a British themed club or bar. There goes the pink line heading around the bend there. Yeah, so many layers of the city. Yeah. Hey, thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll be on TikTok tonight, yeah, and I'll just head home from work as usual. Eventually, I want to get down to Bridgeport sometime in March to check out the St. Patrick's Day decorations. People actually decorate their houses like Halloween and Christmas with green and white lights and orange lights for St. Patrick's Day, because it's an historical Irish-American neighborhood in Chicago. And of course, we'll hopefully we'll get down there for the opening day of the White Sox, which is not until the end of the month. But between there, we got St. Patrick's Day, and there's a few other places I want to go down in Pilsen. I want to go down to Pilsen and check out some stuff near there. So we'll get to different areas. I got to time it. And with my work schedule, I got a day job. That's why I'm always downtown here, usually walking to and from my house there or my apartment on the north side. And look, here's a protest here. So there's a Free Gaza protest. We'll film this to wrap this up. So I document what happens in the city over. So we'll show there's a Palestinian protest here on Michigan Avenue, and so we'll film this. Yeah, I respect people's rights to free speech, and I know it's rough with the war going on here, and I try to stay. How's it going there? Appreciate it. So here. So here we'll cross the street. Here we'll cross at Michigan and Lake, and here's the pro-Palestinian protest here in Chicago. This goes on all the time, and we'll cross Michigan Avenue here at Lake Street, and we'll head back to work. So have a great day, everybody, as we exercise our freedoms and our First Amendment rights here in America, and all these different communities. You know, we know there's several sides to all these wars, and I try to, for the sake of being a radio announcer, if I weigh in one side or the other, besides my personal feelings, I'll offend somebody either way. And so it's hard to do the same thing with filming the Trump Tower. It's hard for me to not film it. I know some people don't like that I show it. I know there was a big Supreme Court ruling that affects the election, and so once again the Supreme Court's weighing into the election. We knew this was going to happen, and just wait till this fall when it probably happen again. But hey, thanks everybody for tuning in. Welcome to Chicago, or thanks for tuning in for a tour of Chicago. I'll be on TikTok tonight. Thanks for tuning in, and I appreciate everybody's comments and commentary. This beautiful weather, 60 degrees here, and happy Pulaski Day, and we'll talk to you later from Chicago there. Yeah, that's great. Shamrock Shakes. Yeah, get a Shamrock Shake, Bill. Yeah, talk to you later. Mary, Shannon, Belle, Julie, thanks everybody, Elena, Richard, all the way back. Thanks Christy and Lisa and Michael and everybody else. We'll catch you later there. Have a great day, everybody. Talk to you later from Chicago.